Good Sunday morning, Market Chameleons, and everyone joining us for the webinar this evening on Sunday evening with Dan Passarelli. Thanks for joining us. Dan is one of the great traders, educators in the options space, and he's joining the Market Chameleon community in a second to go over his earnings strategies. Before we do that, let's go through the disclaimer. Just so you know, Market Chameleon is not a registered investment advisor or broker dealer. Either is Dan Passarelli or Market Taker Mentoring. Market Chameleon does not make recommendations as to particular securities or derivative instruments. Basically, read the disclaimer, know that you should speak to a broker dealer, a registered representative if you have questions about trading options, trading stocks. This is for informational purposes only. And with that, it is now 6:01. I will stop the share. And here we go, all the way from Chicago. My main man, hopefully he'll turn on. There he is. Dan Passarelli from the green room, Daniel. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you too. How's it going, man?
Great. Thanks for having us. I'm starting the webinar. You're going to hear that. We have people on YouTube live to the MarketChameleon.com YouTube channel, and we are live on Zoom. We had lots of people register for this, so hopefully we'll have some good interaction with Dan. Dan, why don't we get started with you telling everyone a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, first of all, just welcome, and I'm super glad to be here. I've got a slide where I go through a little story about myself. I can throw that up once we get to it if you want.
Well, it's only 6:02, so let's let people come on.
Yeah, okay.
Let us know. There's a question and answer button. You can put question and answers in the Zoom or the YouTube chat, both of which I'll get to Dan. Dan, remind me how you like to get to questions. Do you like it as we're going or wait to the end? How do you want to handle the questions?
I prefer to wait till the end because then we can answer them all at the same time.
So we'll wait to the end to answer the questions. But again, we're on two platforms. So if you're on the Zoom, put them in the Q&A or chat. And at the end, we'll get them to Dan. If you're on YouTube, get them, and I will read them to Dan as well. So it's 6:02. We have people coming in from across the country. Again, I'm Will McBride. I'm here in the Philadelphia area. Dan is in the Midwest. I guess 2 hours difference. It's 4 o'clock there, Dan, for you on Sunday?
It is 5 o'clock for me.
5 o'clock. So it's an hour difference. Sorry about that. Anyways, we're happy you're here on a Sunday, taking time to learn about different strategies around options. Dan has a special strategy that he talks about concerning earnings. So we will get started, Dan. Let's roll.
All right, let's do it. Okay, we'll share my screen. And away we go. You can see my title slide?
Yep, looks perfect.
All right, well, welcome everyone. Super glad to be here spending our Sunday night together, and especially excited to be partnered here this evening with Will and all the good folks at Market Chameleon. We had the disclaimer slide up, so we're just going to jump right into it. Each one of us has the power within us to make trading a source of continuous wealth, and today I'm going to share with you how to unlock that power. This is my promise to you. I'm going to share with you how you can replace uncertainty with confidence so that you can profit consistently no matter what the stock market's doing, using this simple, data-driven, real money proven earnings trading system that hundreds of our students have used to go from that demoralized feeling we've all felt at some point to that feeling of satisfaction and self-assurance that we all know is possible. And that is powerful. This can literally transform your life, because when you're confident, you trade better. And when you trade better, you're more confident. It's this positive circle that's easier to experience than you think. This technique that I'm going to share with you makes it possible. It uses my proprietary earnings trading system. And at the end of this presentation, I'll share how you can take the next step so that you can start getting immediate results. What do you say? Is that a fair deal? Give me a big old yes. Hit that chat box on YouTube or here on Zoom. That sound great, everybody?
Sounds like a deal to me, Dan.
All right, that sounds awesome. So great. So in order to get the most out of this, let yourself get immersed in what I'm about to share. Just let it become part of you, let it in. And let's keep it positive and have some fun. All right, so this is a pictorial representation of who I am and what I do, some of the organizations I've worked with. I traded for years down on the floor of the Chicago Board Options Exchange, wrote 2 of the most popular books on option trading, and I've worked with every major options broker in the US and abroad, as well as pretty much all the options exchanges too. And I get to be on TV a lot. I guess if you spend enough time in an industry, 29 years in trading, for me, you get to do some cool things. But enough about me, let's talk about you. I know some of you have traded earnings in the past and some have not. So here's the thing. If you have traded earnings, I can help you do it better and be more profitable with less risk. If you've not traded earnings in the past, then you are in the right place at the right time. Now, let's take this and let's go back to simpler days here, okay? This is pre-COVID scenario. Goldman Sachs was up 23% during this 12-month period. Question, would you be happy with a 23% return in a year? Would you? Not a rhetorical question. If you feel like answering, throw up an answer here. I'd love to know. Would you be happy with a 23% return in a year? And, you know, like generally when I ask this, I'll get some people who say yes. I get some people who say no. And I'll tell you what, I kind of like the people who say no. 23% a year is tough for some people. But what if I told you there's a strategy that it doesn't matter if the market goes up or down, is volatile or calm, and you can still make money consistently and potentially really good money? Well, here's the big news. Traders can do better than returns like this, and you have to. Goldman or interest rates are near zero, and that's bad news for banks. You know, people are worried about inflation, war, the market's irrational. You know, that's bad for money managers. But do you know what saved firms like Goldman Sachs lately? Their trading units. Look, so Goldman Sachs has 36,600 employees. Average salary is $367,564. That's a total of $13.5 billion that they pay out a year in salaries. And that's before bonuses, and bonuses are the big compensation. In order for Goldman Sachs to pay out $13.5 billion in salary, and then the bonuses and all the other overhead, and still retain enough earnings to grow their company by 23% in a year, Goldman must make hundreds of percent a year. These are the kind of trades professional traders make. And that's why they make 300 or 400 grand a year before those gigantic bonuses. When I started on the trading floor, I started with a $30,000 trading account. Making trades like this daily and weekly and monthly enabled me to turn that $30,000 well into the 7-figure area. Goodness. Excuse me, it's been a long Sunday. So that's more than 23% a year is what the moral of the story is. This is what's possible. This is what traders are doing every day. And it's not just professional traders. This is Vic. He was one of our traders a couple of years ago who traded our earnings trading system. Vic said, in spite of all the challenges, huge market up and down swings throughout the year, and all the crazy stuff happening, I actually did pretty well overall, increasing my account value by over 30% between June 20th when I went live and the end of the year. That comes out to about a 60% annualized return. And he was brand new to option trading. Imagine what you could do with a little training. So look, if you could consistently make money week after week, month after month, would you trade with more confidence? Of course you would, right? Because consistency gives you confidence. And when you have confidence, you're more consistent, right? Like we talked about this before, but if you're not there yet, how do you break through that barrier, right? And the way you do it is with what I like to call bread and butter strategies, just these go-to strategies that work because they're data driven, they're created by a professional trader, they're road tested with real money, and they work. The strongest consistency trade right now is the earnings trade. And there are several advantages to earnings trades. First of all, they're market independent. We don't care if the stock goes up or down on earnings. They're very short term on each trade, which limits the broad market exposure. It doesn't matter if the S&P 500 is going up or down. There's potentially greatly leveraged profits. There's a simple yes-no test to screen trades. And the opportunities are concentrated in a short period of time. Now, while you can trade earnings all year long, during what we call earnings season, which has already begun, is when there's the most earnings trades, obviously. But then within earnings season, there's like a couple of weeks that like are the biggest weeks of opportunities. And that kicks off literally tomorrow. This next week is the biggest week of opportunities that you're ever going to see. Next week is when literally hundreds of earnings trading opportunities exist every single day. I like to call that money week because there's so many opportunities. And opportunities are the lifeblood of trading. It's having an investor's mentality, right? We are at the beginning of a life-changing time to trade. So when is the best time to be prepared? If next week is this huge week where there are hundreds of earnings trading opportunities every single day, and you get to, like, if you're prepared, you can pick just the best ones of those to trade. When do you want to start preparing for it? Next week? A month from now? After the Mork and Mindy rerun marathon is over? No, like right now is the answer, right? And the most important thing about earnings is simply that they work. Now, it wasn't until I was a trader like most of the traders here in this webinar, trading in a regular non-professional account, that I discovered the power of time spreads. Now, ironically, after trading thousands of time spreads on the trading floor, honing my skills with them, I learned the last 10% nuance that pushed the power of time spreads over the top for me in a rather unique way. So long story short, I found myself on the phone with a producer from Bloomberg Television, and he found me and wanted to interview me down in the trading pit. And honestly, I was pretty excited because I'd never, been on global television before. So I was like, okay, what do you want to talk about? And he said, well, Apple has earnings coming out after the close. We want you to give our viewers a trade idea on how to trade Apple going into earnings. And I was just like, oh. And I didn't actually say that. I just thought that in my head, because you know what? Like, you probably don't know this, but most professional traders don't trade earnings. In fact, when I was at the height of my professional trading career, I was in the top 10% of traders at my firm. There were 50 traders. I was in the top 5 as far as most profitable traders, at one time. And my risk manager, Bob, my boss, he would let me trade anything I wanted, as big as I wanted. Didn't matter. As long as, I was making money, go for it. Boom. But he would never let me carry a position going into earnings. Why? Because earnings is the most unpredictable day of the quarter, direction-wise. And so I was like, so I'd never traded earnings before, so I told the producer I was on the phone with, I said, hey, listen, let me call you right back. And I ran over to my trading computer and I started looking for a trade to make, because those of you who know me, I see we got some friends here in the class today, and hi. You know that I always put my money where my mouth is. If I'm going to talk about a trade on global television in front of 50 million people or whatever it is, I'm going to have that trade on. It's something I believe in. It's just a moral thing for me. So I'm looking for a trade, and I'm like, well, I can't buy calls or puts because nobody can guess direction on earnings. Same thing, can't do cash secured puts or covered calls. They just don't make sense. Straddles are usually too expensive because the implied volatility buildup. We'll talk more about that in a minute. And I was like, oh, what can I do? And so then I was like, well, how about a time spread? And so I looked at it, I was like, hold on a second. This is actually a great trade. I immediately put it on. I did the interview, the trade made money, and I was hooked after that. Later, I came across some data that you'll hear about in a minute that then gave me the black and white proof that this was no fluke. When the right criteria are met, this is a genuine consistency trade that can be used over and over again to crank out consistent profits during specific times of the year, in particular, earnings season. So if you are not familiar with time spreads, you're about to get a 17-second crash course. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. A time spread is when I buy one option and I sell a shorter term option with less time till expiration that has the same strike price. Both are calls or both are puts. Boom. That's everything you need to know. And the data show that these usually work out great with earnings, as you'll see on the next slide, when certain criteria are met. And this is really important. I'm definitely not saying just go out and trade a time spread on every single earnings play. That would be a disaster. That would not work. But when certain criteria are met, these work out great. Other times when other criteria are met, we use straddles, but usually those are too expensive because implied volatility rises. So mostly we're going to stick with time spreads. Let's look at why. There's a lot of data here. Don't get too hung up on trying to read all the numbers. Later, I'll explain how to simplify all this. For now, here's what's important. If you sell short-term options the day before an earnings event, they lose value greatly once earnings are announced, the next trading session, which is good because you're short them. Now, longer-term options also lose their value between putting them on the day before earnings and then after the announcement. But the key element of this observation is that short-term options lose way more than longer-term ones. So what this means and what this essentially proves is that when certain criteria are met, trading time spreads around earnings is effectively a long-run, consistent winning strategy. And you can see the results here. And this is where Market Chameleon comes in, right? Our earnings class is by far the most profitable class we have for myself and for our students. I used to teach this class and hand calculate the gaps, which are part of the system. And it took me like a while to run the numbers for each and every trade. And then I was like, there's got to be a better way. And I forgot if somebody told me about you guys, Will, or, you know, I forget even how I came across you, or if I just Googled it. And holy cow, I was super grateful to have come across Market Chameleon, because the system is so much easier now and so much less time consuming. This is literally how we're able to take the trade analysis down to about 2 minutes. And you'll get the opportunity to see how this works in just a few minutes. In fact, here's the opportunity now. These are basically the steps to follow this system through earnings season. There are a few details involved, but this is basically the gist of it. So write this down. First, we find all the stocks that have options listed on them and have earnings coming out after the close today or before the open tomorrow. You with me? Yes? It's important. And we can find several trades a day, and sometimes there are hundreds of opportunities. For example, all next week, there are literally hundreds of opportunities a day. Next week is an extremely important week for you. We screen these trades using the yes/no screen technique to see if we should continue on with the potential trade. This is your first step and will literally save you hours and hours of your precious time, making your life so much better. Not to mention, it'll ensure you're only trading the best trades, the ones with edge, meaning they have a statistical advantage in your favor. So your win rate increases and your winners are bigger. You like this? Yeah. So we
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Thanks. So we only continue on with trades that have a positive term structure of volatility. And the greater the disparity in the term structure, the better. This step is critical. This is what I did on the trading floor every day and then put it into our earnings trading system to make this simple for anyone to follow. Next, we run the is-was check by modeling the spread on tomorrow's days with a variant vol crush on both the short-term and the long-term option based on a partial reversion to the mean, but also relative to realized volatility, and compare that to the past to get the modeled endurable gap, okay? The modeled endurable gap is just my way of making this completely foolproof, so it's super easy for you. Once you have that, you'll know exactly which trades to put on and which to stay away from. Now, here is where most people go wrong, though. We put the time spread on the session immediately before earnings. This is less than a 24-hour trade, and that's critical. We follow the MTM proprietary earnings trading technique that I just shared and exit the trade at the precise time the following day. And everybody screws this up, but I will share with you how you can get the timing right later. And then it's just rinse, wash, repeat. So let's go through some examples. This is a trade that a trader could have made in a past earnings season. This is in McDonald's. A trader could have gone through the checklist that I shared, and it would have triggered this time spread right up here. So this is two options, but it's part of one trade. It's time spread. A trader could have sold to open 10 of the 4-day to expiration 165 calls at $1.75. And then bought to open 10 of the 11-day to expiration, 165 calls at $2.11. So this is one spread, right? Doing both at the same time. So paid $2.11, collected $1.75, paid a net of 36 cents. So then the market closes, earnings comes out, market opens the next day, and we'd have to wait for 3 things to happen. And when they do, we can take the trade off. So once those 3 things line up, this is the next day, remember, right? The trader could have closed that trade by just simply doing the other side of what he already had on. So just buying to close 10 of the now 3-day to expiration. Yesterday they're 4-day, now they're 3 days. 165 calls at $1.29. And then selling to close 10 of the now 10-day to expiration 165 calls at $1.81. So paid 36 cents to get in, collected 52 cents when we got out. The trade made 16 cents on a 36-cent trade. That's 44%. Let's make this more tangible. If you bought a 10 lot, you'd have invested $360 and made $160. Factor in commissions, and of course, this is a solid trade. And now notice, and this is important, I wanted to make this as black and white as possible. So I assumed buying the offer and selling the bid for presentation purposes. But in reality, because the bid-ask spreads were so wide, particularly on closing the trade, which is almost always the case, if I'd have used our technique of middling the market, profit would likely have been a bare minimum of about 20 cents better, which is $200 more on the 10 lot, or more like 100% return in this case. But again, I just wanted to show this example in a pure, unarguable way. In reality, managing the bid-ask spread on closing the trade is where most people go wrong. People leave thousands of dollars on the table every earnings season by not doing this part right. The results I show that are sort of the worst case scenario for this trade, they're good, but they can be great. So I want to make this very realistic and show you exactly how this works in real life when you middle the market with the MTM 25-20 middling technique. These are some screenshots of my actual account on an earnings trade I made in a past earnings season. This is Oxy. So I went through that checklist and it did trigger this trade, this time spread up here, right? So I bought to open 20 of the February 22nd 66 calls at $1.49. And I sold short 20 of the February 15th 66 calls at $1.31. Paid 18 cents. But look, these ones that I had to buy, if you look down at the bottom of the screen, they were offered at $1.50. I didn't pay $1.50. I paid less. I paid $1.49. And the ones I had to sell, they were $1.30 bid. That's where the market says I could sell them. But I didn't sell them at $1.30. I sold them for more. In fact, I sold them at $1.31, smack dab between the bid and the ask. So I really should have theoretically paid $1.50 minus $1.30 is 20 cents, but I only paid 18. I started this trade off at a 10% advantage already. So market closes, earnings comes out. The next day, we wait for those three things to happen. And then I put in an order to close my trade at 30 cents and I got filled. But I only got filled on two of them. So all I did is I simply just stepped down to 27 cents, just following the system, just exactly what it dictates to do. No stress, because I know exactly what to do because I follow the system. And filled the rest at 27 cents, which ends up being about a $279 profit in money terms, or 51.7% in less than 24 hours. So 51.7% on this one, 44% on the other one. Man, does every single earnings trade work out exactly this great? No, there'll be some that don't work out. And I want to share that with you too. Here's one that didn't. This was in MGM. And I went through my checklist and it did trigger this trade right here. And so I bought 30 of the March 1st, 29 puts at 91 cents and sold short 30 of the February 15, 29 puts at 71 cents, paid 20 cents. And what happened is market close, earnings comes out, opens the next day, and exactly what I didn't want to have happen happened. This trade really got away from me. But did I panic? No, this is where most people would panic who don't trade a system. But I'm just following the checklist. I'm just following the rules on exactly what to do. So I just waited for the three things to happen. And when they lined up, I was able to put in my order and I closed the spread at 19 cents, which ended up being a penny loser. I lost 5% on this trade. And I've made hundreds of trades like these. And here's another one in Las Vegas Sands. Went through my checklist. It triggered this time spread right here. So I bought the May 3rd 68 calls at $1.76. Sold the April 68 calls at $1.26, paid 50 cents. Market closes, earnings comes out, three things line up, close the trade, got out at 70 cents. It's 40% in one day, less than 24 hours, which is about a $300 profit minus commissions. So the key here is consistency, driving consistent profits. If you can make $300 on one trade, $500 on another, $280 on another, $700 on another, and there are hundreds of opportunities a day, and you're only trading the best of the best ones that meet all the criteria in the checklist, and the ones that are just mediocre, you're skipping. You're totally cherry picking, taking only the best of the best in the best week, in the best time of the year. How much money do you think you can make in a single week, like next week, trading this strategy that way? What do you think? Probably do pretty good. And that's why a consistent system is so powerful. And that's why management is so important. Makes sense? Management makes money. If you can follow a checklist, finding, analyzing, setting up, and making the trade is simple. And closing the trade simple too. We simply take it off the next day, but it requires a little bit of nuance. And I'll share a resource to make those nuances super simple in just a minute. This is a system, and that's why this is easy. Work the system works. So let's talk about realistic expectations. As they say, you make your own luck. You take the actions that make things happen to make your life what it is. Am I right? Like, you believe that's true? You believe that the actions you choose determine your future? And if you don't take action, if you do nothing, nothing changes, right? Profitable trading is a reality for many traders. We have traders in our online community chat room who are some of our top money-making students. They're really successful, regular folks just like you and me, who post their trades real time for all to see. They made the decision to be profitable, and they made that choice for themselves. And by the way, in a moment, I'll reveal how you can get free access to the MTM community chat room for 6 months. Now, how often can you find trades like this? All throughout earnings season, there are hundreds. Are these returns common? Yes. Earnings trades can yield highly leveraged returns with low risk. What if the trade doesn't work out? Well, I shared that with you. I literally gave you screenshots of my account. The few that don't work out, the risk is limited, but more importantly, manageable. And it can be a small fraction of possible gains. So this is the total earnings domination all access premium package. In this course, I'm going to share with you how to replace uncertainty with confidence so you can profit no matter what the stock market is doing, using my simple, data-driven, real money proven total earnings domination system. And look, here's just some of what you'll learn. How to easily scan the market for earnings trades, where to get the real-time data that pinpoint the winningest earnings trades, the best time of day for entries and exits, the yes-no screen technique blueprint, the earnings time spread risk checklist to maximize your gains and minimize your losses, as well as how to manage the wide bid ask spreads on closing the trade, which is so important. So you now, right now, have a new opportunity to trade more consistently using a strategy that works in all market conditions, to get a blueprint for trading earnings and watch live setups of earnings trades so you can just easily follow along. And to make the next few weeks your top performing weeks yet. Plus, maybe make back losses on trades you already made that maybe didn't work out so well. Now, let's start out by talking about who this is not for. This is not for people looking for a get-rich-quick scheme or for gamblers. Yes, it's possible to make a lot of money in a short period of time, but I want to be clear. This is not gambling. This is not guessing. I've done the math. You just follow along. You trade with a mathematical advantage like a professional trader. And it's completely simplified so anyone can do it. This is also not for people who would rather spend time and money and endure losses to learn on their own over many years' time and forego quarter after quarter of profit. And it's also not for wishy-washy procrastinators. But hey, trading is not for wishy-washy procrastinators, right? But you're here on a Sunday night. You've already invested your time. Time is the most valuable thing you had. You've already begun investing in yourself. So I know that last one's not you. Who is this for? This is for you. If you want more consistency, this is for you. If you want low risk trades with high profit potential, this is for you. If you can follow a few simple steps. And this is for action takers. And for my action takers, I'm going to make this really easy for you. This is our total earnings domination 6-month all access premium package. First of all, let me share with you what you're going to get with this class. You begin with the brain dump part of the training, the Secrets to Trading Earnings Boot Camp video. I'm going to put 29 years of my experience into your head with one short video. This is the keys to the kingdom. That's a $2,995 value. Why is it $2,995? Because look, if you can make the kind of money we're talking about consistently on daily trades throughout this earnings season and for the rest of earnings seasons this year and forever, this small one-time investment can pay you over and over again for a lifetime. And as you can see, there is no auto renewal on any of this. This is a one-time, small, easy investment. Now, isn't it important for you to make sure that you can put this knowledge to use, that you can actually do it? Well, today you're going to get hands-on training. Starting tomorrow, April 25th, you'll log in and watch me trade live in a real money account. You'll see exactly what to do as you follow along with me. You'll see the system being traded in the live market, and you'll make your first trade with me together as a group. This is the ultimate hands-on training. And we want you to literally have this mastered. So you're also getting our 4-part masterclass, Earnings Trading Techniques from 2 decades on the trading floor. You'll know exactly what to do every time. This puts the power into your hands. And you'll have questions. So today you're also getting free 6 months of the MTM community chat room. You'll log in and get all your questions answered by me or our other coaches. But another huge sort of secret benefit that I shared earlier is that the MTM community chat room is where our top money-making traders log in and post their trades live real time. Now, look, this is an all-access premium package valued at $7,437. But I want to make this a complete no-brainer, completely irresistible. So today, this is for the first time, I'm going to throw in 2 extra bonuses that are not even on this screen. I recently created the Total Earnings Domination Accelerator video course, 3 short videos. They're less than 10 minutes where you'll watch and it'll get you up to speed immediately. You're going to also get those accelerator videos. Plus, you are going to get my personal spreadsheet that I created to trade total earnings domination. All my formulas are in the spreadsheet and they're not even protected. You're getting all my secrets. All you have to do to follow this system throughout earnings season is to enter a few bits of information into the cells. Each trade takes you about 2 minutes, and it just tells you if the trade is worth your time or if you should skip it. Today, you're also getting that bonus. This is a total package valued at over $10,000. But I want to make it so you can confidently, immediately join us right now. A 1,000,000-mile journey begins with the first step. And this is that step. Go right now to markettaker.com/live, LIVE, markettaker.com/live, and get all this and the accelerator videos and my personal spreadsheet for a small one-time easy investment of just $497. 1, 2, 3, boom. That's market as in stock market, taker as in take what is rightfully yours, 2 T's in a row, markettaker.com/live, and join us right now for a small, easy investment of just $497. 1, 2, 3, boom. That is a massive 93% off discount, and it's valid for the first 25 traders that join us right now. Now, why would I give such a huge discount? Because earnings season has already begun. And each year we strive to create 1,000 success stories. I'm looking for the people who can become one of those success stories, the people who aren't afraid to take action, who aren't afraid to trade. I want to find the traders who can become one of those 1,000 success stories. So people who take action, you're the ones who can be great traders. When you see a great opportunity, fearlessly act on it. So to reward the traders who will move forward right now, this 93% off is valid only for the first 25 people to join us right now. Now, here's one more special extra bonus that's not on that last slide. I want to make sure this works for everyone, regardless of your experience level as an option trader. Even if you're brand new to options and never make an options trade, or you've never made an option trade yet. To make sure this works for everyone, today you're going to get the Options Impact Quick Start video course. This on-demand course levels the playing field for beginner option traders. It covers all the basics you need to begin trading options confidently. Even if you've never traded an option before, you'll be able to start trading like someone who's been trading successfully for years. This puts you on the fast track to maximize your gains this earnings season. Now, this is the big one, and this is the last bonus we have. And this is just for some of you, action takers. You are going to get this course that every one of our top traders has gone through. We're going to share live weekly drill down master sessions together. This is the MTM Trade Smart Workshop. This is where I pull back the curtain. Each month, we pick a different topic to drill down on and give you expert understanding of it so you can achieve mastery as a trader. Now, I cannot open this bonus up to 25 people. I just can't. I can only invite a handful of traders so that I can manage this process with you. I take this very personally. You're investing in your success today, and so am I. I want to have quality control, so it's essential I keep this bonus class very small. Every week, this inner circle group gathers online. The next training session is this coming week on Thursday. That special session continues the Gaining Edge Using Simple Math series, which is the whole concept of total earnings domination. So for your convenience, these are also all recorded. With your password access, you'll instantly get access to the recorded hands-on option adjustment techniques, the rest of the Gaining Edge series, the portfolio management and protection series, and more. This is a $1,794 value. I am opening this bonus up only to the first 11 traders who join right now. This is our fast action bonus. 1, 2, 3, boom. Look, this earnings cycle is one of the most important in the entire history of the stock market. Analysts are waiting to see what the earnings are to give guidance for the future. And that means traders can make more money than they ever have before. This process has already begun. When you enroll today, you'll have just enough time to get through the brain dump part of the training and watch the bootcamp video, the accelerator videos, and the masterclass to be ready for that first live class tomorrow, April 25th. These are the 5 most important classes you will attend this year, probably this decade. This earnings season is the opportunity of a lifetime for those who choose to put that opportunity into action. So it is go time. For those of you who have been waiting for the right trading opportunity, this is an opportunity to change your life. Also, in the past, because earnings season is 1 quarter long, 3 months, when somebody joined, they got 3 months access. But I had some people tell me, but Dan, I have a commitment and I can't make all of the live earnings classes. Or Dan, I'm going to be out of town for part of earnings season. So I wanted to make sure, I wanted to make sure that everyone who invests in this class today is able to fully use it and get the results they expect. So my team and I decided that with the Total Earnings Domination All Access Premium Package, we would make the class available for a full 6 months and give you this gigantic discount. So as of today, you'll have plenty of time to get through all the material, and you'll get to attend the 5 live earnings trading sessions, not just next week, but also next quarter in July's Money Week 2. These 5 hands-on training sessions are all 100% totally live. If you can't make it live, they're all recorded. In each of those classes, I'll reveal all the top earnings trades of the day, each of those days. And I'm going to prove that anyone can do this, regardless of experience or account size. If you don't have much experience with options, you're getting the quick start videos. If you have a small account, here's my guarantee to you. I am actually trading these trades live with my own real money, so you can see exactly how it's done and follow along. In fact, I'm using less than $10,000 of my account to show that anyone can do it, regardless of account size. So right now is go time. Meet Jill from Cincinnati, Ohio. She joined our class a couple quarters ago. One of her first trades she did together with us in the live coaching sessions. She bought a Microsoft time spread that met our criteria, as did I and other students in the class. She bought the spread at $2.65 and in less than 24 hours sold it for $3.75, locking in a 41.5% profit. And she posted real time in the MTM community chat room, which you will have the same access to. The MTM community chat room is something that I feel I need to put you into. I need to put you into a community of other traders who are going through the same struggles as you, and a lot of traders who broke through that barrier and became some of our top money-making traders who post their trades live real time. If all you got out of the Total Earnings Domination Premium Package today was to watch some of our top traders posting their trades real time so you could follow along, wouldn't it be worth it just for that? And so go to MarketTaker.com/live. This is what one of our students who joined us said in the chat room. Jason Fullen from Leander, Texas said, closed IBM for 85 cents or 124% profit. Opened the trade at 38 cents. And you know what? This was his first total earnings domination trade, a $1,000 winner on his very first trade that he made with me and the other students in the live earnings trading class, his very first day. This is David Z from South Lake Tahoe, California. He says closed the last 5 at $1.41, total gain of $425 less commission. The class has paid for itself. This is Russell K from Glendale, California. He says, I'm above an 80% win rate. Most of the others were maybe a 5% loss, only one total loss out of 16 trades. Like you said, middling is really important and waiting for the bid ask to normalize. Just waiting that extra hour made a few of the trades winners instead of losers. And what he's talking about is I'm in the chat room all next week giving guidance, saying, hey, here's where I'm getting in, because you'll watch me do that in the online training tomorrow. And I'm in there the next day saying, okay, those 3 things haven't happened yet. Only 2 of them have. I'm not taking this trade off yet. And Russell had a trade he was going to close at a loser. And I said, well, I'm not closing yet because, the only 2 of the 3 things happened. And he waited. And then an hour or so later, I said, okay, now I'm closing it. And we were able to take a profit. But if you want to get results like Jill and Jason and David and Russell, you know what to do, right? Go to MarketTaker.com/live, or you can even call 1-800-944-9262. I'm going to take some questions. And if you have some questions, just drop them in the questions box. In the meantime, here are a few I often get. Is this live or recorded? Both. Look, I know you're busy. Not everyone can make it to the live classes. You can attend the 5 live earnings trading classes I mentioned, but if that doesn't work with your schedule live, that's okay. I will record them, and you can watch them when it's convenient for you. So those of you who just joined us, you got a username and password in your email. How long do I have access to the class? With the Total Earnings Domination All Access Premium Package, you'll get an entire 6 months access to all the materials. You'll have plenty of time to master the system. Is this time consuming? No, in fact, it'll save you time so you can spend it doing the things you love with friends and family. And it can save you years of struggle and foregone profits. Look, you can spend years figuring it out on your own, but right now is the hottest earning season you're likely to see in your lifetime. You'll be able to go through this simple course now and start seeing immediate results. How do I know I'll be able to do it? This comes with hands-on training where I'll show you in the live market exactly what to do with real live setups. And the number one question I get is there a limit on the number of students who can join? Yes, we have to limit the number allowed in the live component of this package or it gets out of hand with questions. I want to give each of you my full attention, so we have to limit the number we let in. I have a small team committed to student success. If you're committed to doing your part, we will do ours. And therefore, today is limited to the first 25 traders who are serious about maximizing your gains this earning season. So head on over to MarketTicker.com/live, LIV, because we want to be ready for tomorrow at 2:45 Eastern time. This is crunch time. If you're ready to make it happen for yourself, go to MarketTicker.com/live. I think Will might have posted that in the chat box. And if you have any questions that I can answer to help you make the decision to come and join us tomorrow in the live class and watch me trade this live and give you my spreadsheet, then drop a question in the questions box.
We do have a question from Walker, Dan. He's asking, do you also show closing some of the trades you open? It says on day one, he's asking.
Yeah. So tomorrow, so you're going to join today. You're going to get the bootcamp video, the accelerator videos, watch those. And then at 2:40, actually tomorrow's is 15 minutes earlier, at 2:30 Eastern time tomorrow, you're going to log in and you're going to watch me literally put on the trade live real time. And then, yes, the next day, Tuesday, I take them off. I try and take all these trades off before lunchtime the next day. So these are less than 24-hour trades. So you get to visually see and hear me tell you about which trades I'm putting on, why, show you step by step, hold your hand through the whole process, show you exactly how to do it. And then, yes, in the chat room, you'll see me posting when I'm taking my trades off, at what price, and all that. Yeah, so really good question.
Now, obviously, earnings season is each quarter, so 4 times a year. Is this a strategy that can be used every earnings season?
Yeah, this is a strategy that I have traded for years, every single quarter, and plan to trade these every single quarter as well. Yep.
Awesome. We had someone ask about the chat room. Is that active 24 throughout the trading day? How's the chat room?
Yes, current subscribers get access to that chat room. It's open. Theoretically, it could be open 24 hours a day, but nobody's in there on a Sunday night. Nobody's in there at 2 o'clock in the morning, US time. So during the trading day, it's very, very active in the earnings trading channel there. Yes, that's right.
All right. That was the last question. Anything else for the Chameleon community? Anyone else out there who's watching this for the first time, Dan, before we sign off this evening?
Yeah, hey, first of all, I just want to thank you for spending an hour of your time with me. And I also want to welcome all of our new folks. Welcome to all the people who just signed up and joined us. You took a big step in moving forward with your trading, and I'm honored to help you through your trader journey. Welcome and congratulations.
Awesome, Dan. Awesome. Well, listen, everyone, thanks for joining us. Dan's a good friend of the Chameleon community. He has had lots of Chameleons take his class, and people come back with rave reviews who do spend time with Dan. So Dan, good job. Thanks for educating the options world. Thanks for spending time with us tonight. Thanks everyone for joining us on a Sunday. We know time is precious, and giving a little of it to Dan and the Chameleon community, always appreciated. All right, Daniel, have a great night, my friend.
Thanks, Will. You too. See ya.
All right, peace, everyone. Have a great trading week and a good evening. Bye.